Y'all, another one bites the dust because it looks like Kevin Hart is exposing Diddy for allegedly S.Aing him. Y'all, this long list of Diddy's alleged victims is growing. And according to Kevin Hart, he is allegedly one of those victims and he's now speaking out accusing Diddy. So y'all know how an old video recently resurfaced that showed Kevin having the time of his life at what is believed to be a Diddy freak-off? Well, it looks like Kevin is claiming that everybody has it backwards and that he was at the party against his will. What's more, allegedly, Diddy forced him on multiple occasions, and he has the footage to prove his claims. And if that's not bad enough, there's also a list of names of some other celebs that Diddy allegedly S.A'd, and it looks like we are going to be here for a very, very long time, because they're saying Kevin is determined to ruin Diddy, and he's not here to play. Y'all, looks like everybody and they mama is running far, far, far away from Diddy and avoiding him, and that's not a joke. We have seen people distancing themselves from Diddy ever since this whole thing started, right from the time that Cassie filed her lawsuit against Diddy and exposed him. I'm talking about some of the most popular people in the world, like Jay-Z and Beyonce, the Kardashians, Jenner clan, and a whole lot of other people. And now it looks like Kevin is the next person to join the long list of people who are dipping and exposing Diddy. But y'all, we should have been seen this coming, because it was only been a couple of days since Kevin was exposed for being at Diddy's parties, hosting the parties, and there were even some rumors about him allegedly being involved in some Diddy freak-offs, and maybe even having a little something on the side with Diddy, allegedly. And it goes without saying that Kevin wouldn't want to be involved with this type of stuff, especially since Diddy is facing RICO charges and everyone who has ever been involved with him is going to get exposed because the feds are putting a microscope on anyone and everyone who is believed to be involved in his shady little activities. And going by the rumors of what y'all's favorite celebs have been rumored to be up to, let's just say that nobody wants that kind of attention on them, especially not with the feds. Now, for some context, there's this old video that just resurfaced and started making its rounds on one of Diddy's legendary parties, and let me tell y'all, it's definitely wild. You know how it is with Diddy's parties, right? Allegedly, they're off the charts crazy. So when you hear somebody's in the mix at one of those bashes, you just know it's gonna be some juicy tea. Turns out Kevin wasn't just showing up as a guest at these parties, no. These latest footage tells another story, that he was actually in on all the planning and hosting with Diddy.
Kevin, come here, no homo. We're gonna have a contest. You know we're gonna have a contest, we're gonna get our breath first, because your breath be stinking sometimes. And we're gonna go back and forth. Uh-oh.
You know, first of all, make sure my mic is on. Before I begin into trashing Diddy, you know, I'm going to acknowledge him on a special day. I bought the album.
Now, the wild part about this is that Diddy's son Justin was at the parties.
The light-skinned dude with the good hair. That's just...
It's one of them. It's one
Shouts
of them.
out to Lil Diddy 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Diddy's sons who look nothing like him. It's still in question. We don't really know what's going on. Oh, come on, man. Come on, dude.
Justin looked like a total baby in the video, like barely old enough to even vote, let alone be at a party of Diddy's level. But somehow Diddy thought it was okay to have him around? No wonder Justin's mixed up in our little raw lawsuit mess, accused of being his dad's little talent scout, allegedly. Diddy really had him knee-deep in some shady stuff from even way back then. Now, this particular party was next level wild. I mean, women everywhere lounging in the tub, throwing back drinks like there's no tomorrow, doing God knows what with God knows who.
We're gonna turn it up. This is my joint. Check. I gotta, all right. Hey, what's going on? It's official. We're here. Dirty Money album release party, last train to Paris. It's crazy. I decided to switch scenes. It got too hectic down there. I'm up here in the hot tub, doing it official. You know what I'm saying? My nigga Trey's up here. My nigga Fab's up here. You know, when you have a scene like this, you gotta bring bosses with you. As you see, it's female friendly. We got a ladies and a female. She's butt ball. That's what I call it, raw dog. I'm not jumping the tub myself. You know, once everybody gets out, you know, it's just me and the ladies. This is my scene. I'm used to this type of thing. You know.
But hold up, that's not even the most sketchy part. Like, when you know how it goes with Diddy's parties, right? Like, things can turn real quick. So Kevin and his crew rolled up into the bedroom with the camera, then suddenly Diddy's laying down rules like it's a game of Monopoly. He's like, don't get too close to the bed, bro. Throwing out no homo and joking like it's supposed to be funny. But here's the kicker. He and Kevin were buddy earlier. So why is he acting like that now? Yeah, it was sus.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shouts out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even.
But what was low-key creepy was that there has been a long-standing rumor swirling around Diddy, especially concerning his sexuality, so that no homo joke didn't exactly deflect attention like he probably hoped. People have been shining a light on him for ages, pointing out behaviors that they see as, well, let's just say, not exactly straight. And you're right, it's not about whether he's in the closet or not, that's his business. But when there are allegations of him taking advantage of younger people he's supposed to be looking out for, that's a whole different other story. So word on the streets is that a bunch of folks in the industry were clued into what supposedly was going down with Diddy and these younger boys, but they kept quiet. Why? Because crossing Diddy was like playing with fire in the music industry. But you know who wasn't afraid to speak up? Mr. In the Club himself, 50 Cent. That guy doesn't mince his words when it comes to calling out BS, and Diddy wasn't exempt from his scrutiny. When it comes to 50 Cent and Diddy, these two have a beef since way back in the day, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna squash it anytime soon. 50's like the king of throwing shade, and Diddy's always in the firing line. It all started with some sly digs from 50 hinting at Diddy's rumored DL status. Remember when he dropped that bomb about Diddy wanting to take him shopping? He made it sound like Diddy was trying to pull some shady stuff.
He said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of no, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to him.
But of course, Diddy had his own spin on things. In an interview, he flipped the script saying he offered to take 50 on a shopping spree because he thought the guy needed a style upgrade. Talk about throwing shade right back. These two could give a masterclass in the art of clapback.
I asked 50 about that, and he said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy.
Yo, why are you and Fifth just...
Hey, yo.
Why y'all not...
Hey, yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
With Fifth. He loves me.
But one thing that he probably didn't know about 50 Cent at the time was that 50 is an unrepentant troll, and he continued to drag Diddy over the years. Like the one time he posted a pic of Diddy and Rick Ross looking like they were locking lips with the caption, "Something ain't right," which is a classic 50 Cent move. Y'all, even when 50 was in his sick bed, he couldn't resist throwing shots at Diddy. And the one time he posted a picture of himself in the hospital bed and he wrote, "I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are now left under the leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow." There's also the time he went on the Breakfast Club and said that Diddy was fruity.
What he's doing, he says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity.
50 also tried to call attention to Diddy's parties because he accused Diddy of allegedly S.A'ing young men at the party. He wrote, "D, this is why I don't go to no party Puffy and them at. The F going on here. Get the F off my young man. What the F?" 50 Cent is not the only one who called Diddy out for doing things with younger men, because actor Orlando Brown also claimed that Diddy gave him some wash mash magash moo off mouth action.
I mean, yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshkash gooshmash. You gave me the ooshkash moo off. The smooshmash. Diddy. Yeah, son. I mean, you gave me the ooshkash moo wash. I love it, yo. I love it. You gave me the ooshkash moo.
Yeah, but it's not just Orlando who folks believe might have some stories about Diddy. Right up there on the list is Usher, who's thought to be one of Diddy's earliest alleged victims. Like, we all thought things got sketchy when Usher was around 14 and living with Diddy, but according to Diddy himself, they were sleeping in the same bed together from when Usher was just 10. Talk about raising some serious eyebrows.
Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen.
We having a good time, yo. Are your Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
Even Kevin couldn't ignore how sus Diddy's confession was. You could practically see the alarm bells going off in his head. And Diddy? He realized he let something slip and did a quick as a flash, grabbing Kevin's neck to shut it down. He knew he was starting to spill too much on himself. But wait, there's more. Diddy's foot in mouth moments didn't stop there. In another clip, he dropped this bomb about allegedly bending Usher over a counter. I mean, what? That's seriously disturbing.
Nobody else gets you. You take that turn, boy. I see you. Fly ass motherfucker doing Vegas. Fuck you in the kitchen. Eating all my cereal. Man, you doing Vegas in a pink suit.
But interestingly, Kevin Hart was also at the party where Diddy said this. So why does Diddy feel comfortable confessing to the weird things whenever Kevin's around? Kinda makes you wonder, doesn't it? There's also this blind item that said that Diddy allegedly gave Usher herpes and that Kim Porter was gonna talk about it in her book before she passed away.
So what was in Kim's book? You wanna hear it? Here it go. Now, I cannot confirm or deny what's in this book, but ain't nobody fit Natasha K. me. So in this book, it detailed his relationships with men, footage of those encounters. It had the names of the men he slept with, a disease, allegedly Diddy giving Usher a disease.
You gotta wonder, how did he manage to wield so much influence over him, right? I mean, the fact that they were sharing a bed and no one thought to raise an eyebrow, that's some next level weird stuff. Turns out Usher was originally signed by Diddy's buddy L.A. Reid, but here's the kicker. Even though Reid was supposed to be Usher's main man, he ended up spending more time with Diddy. Strange considering Usher's folks handed him over to Reid, not Diddy. And things took a turn for even weirder when Reid decided to send a 14-year-old Usher to live with Diddy and join what they called a puffy flavored camp. Reid claimed it was to school Usher in the ways of the music biz under Diddy's wing. But come on now, y'all. Reid wasn't exactly clueless about showbiz himself, so why send Usher off like that? Something is definitely sus. Well, Usher's been very candid about the whole ordeal, admitting that there was some shady stuff going on at Diddy's crib, especially with the wild parties. He even owned up to the fact that Diddy's exposing him to such a lifestyle at such a young age wasn't right. In an interview with Howard Stern, Usher finally spilled the tea about what it was really like living under Diddy's roof.
Like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
Nah, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. There were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
The fact that he denied that there were chicks at the parties and then claimed he was just curious that led people to believe that there were a lot of DL activities involved in the parties. And given the allegations that have been made about Diddy being on the DL, y'all, it's not surprising. But in another interview, he claimed that there were a lot of inappropriate activities going on with him and Diddy, and he was reluctant to open up about it. And the interviewer noted that Usher became surprisingly restrained. I want to save some stuff for my book one day, he said. I'll put it this way, there was a lot of S.A's. It's like the signs were right there in front of us all along, but somehow we missed them or brushed them off. And now, with this leaked footage of Kevin Hart at Diddy's parties, spilling the tea about shady stuff going on with Usher, yeah, Kevin must be sweating bullets. These RICO charges, they're probably looming large over his head right now. But wait, there's definitely more, because Usher isn't the only one who made some questionable encounters at Diddy's parties where Kevin was lurking. Jamie Foxx found himself caught in the mix too. Now, I'm not saying anything went down between Jamie and Diddy, but Jamie started yapping about what went on at those parties, and let's just say Diddy must have not been too pleased about it. Now, if you've been keeping up with all the courtroom drama swirling around Diddy, then you know a lot about the accusers claiming that he has an obsession with recording his escapades. Cassie's court documents spilled that he recorded their bedroom rendezvous with Joey Dickerson Neal, alleging he filmed himself during their intimate moments. And Lil Rod, he's claiming that Diddy recorded some very wild stuff going on down at his parties too. Well, according to Jamie, he and Diddy got so close that Diddy trusted him enough to make him a cameraman at one of these parties and also made him a host. You know, just like Kevin was in the leaked footage. While Kevin knew to keep his mouth shut, Jamie didn't get that memo, and he went on and on about how he used to record for Diddy and how some wild stuff happened.
Getting in this party, so the way I would get in this party is I show up with a camera.
Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this, the whole thing. We need to document this, Playboy.
But a couple weeks after this video made it to the internet, Jamie ended up falling mysteriously sick. And at a point, we all thought that he wasn't going to make it. His daughter Corinne released a statement on behalf of the family saying, "From the Fox family, we wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. Luckily, due to a quick action and great care, he is already on his way to recovery. We know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. The family asked for privacy during this time." Well, the family claimed that there was nothing serious going on, but several people in the industry who seemed to be in the know kind of hinted that he was the victim of an attack. For example, Steve Harvey said, "I don't even really know what happened, man. I just was stunned. I was just stunned because Jamie's fit. This dude, he don't do nothing, man. This dude is fit." And so I was concerned, man. So I hope everything works out. I'm pretty sure it will. Martin Lawrence also said, "I wish him the best. He's in my prayers every night. He's not only one of our best entertainers we have out here, but he's a great person. He's a genuine person. So please pray for him." Nia Long also tweeted, "My heart is heavy this morning, praying for our brother Jamie Foxx. My love and prayers run deep for you and your loved ones. Hashtag pray for Jamie Foxx." Well, Steve Harvey, Martin Lawrence, and Nia Long are not celebs who are known for just chasing clout. So the fact that they all knew that something was up and made the situation even creepier. But don't even get me started on how there was a police investigation into all of this. And according to a source, Jamie Foxx told the cops somebody is trying to kill him. I'm telling you, man, it's like they have a timer on these celebs' lives. And I believe them. But from what I've heard, calling the cops for a medical emergency isn't the norm, unless there's suspicion of foul play. So when Jamie Foxx mentioned somebody trying to off him, things definitely took a darker turn, and fans wasted no time pointing fingers at Mr. Diddy, accusing him of retaliation for Jamie airing out his business. Now, I'm not saying that Diddy's guilty or innocent in all of this, but there's definitely been some chatter about him after celebs trying to cross him. Cassie's lawsuit straight up claimed Diddy allegedly went after Kid Cudi for getting cozy with Cassie post Diddy. The lawsuit said Mr. Combs told Miss Ventura that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was home with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. Now, trying to blow up somebody in front of their loved ones is some messy, nasty business. But Lil Rod took it a step further when he claimed that Diddy bragged about shooting people and getting away with it. In the lawsuit, Rod said, on another occasion, while standing in Mr. Combs' bedroom, Mr. Jones was forced to watch as Mr. Combs displayed his guns and bragged about getting away with shooting people. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for this shooting in the nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, aka J-Lo, carried the gun into the club for him and passed him the gun after he got into an altercation with another individual. Well, this kind of explains why Kevin was more than happy to keep his mouth shut about what happened between him and Diddy, because the last thing he needed was for Diddy to come after him like he did with Jamie and the rest. And as long as it was kept secret, Kevin was more than happy to keep his mouth shut. But now that people are pointing fingers at Diddy and they dug out this old picture where Kevin now has a whole different story to tell. He knows that he probably will have to start spilling now that the video is right there, and like everybody else, he is claiming that he did what he did under duress. Allegedly, Diddy forced himself onto him during the parties, and he had no choice but to give in to Diddy's wishes because that was the only way he could escape from Diddy. Allegedly, we have the whole thing backwards and that it was not consensual, as people may suspect. And y'all, they're saying that Kevin went out of his way to expose Diddy for trying to force himself on younger men. Allegedly, not only did Kevin claim that Diddy allegedly forced himself onto him, but allegedly Diddy did the same thing to rapper YK Osiris. Now, for those who don't know, YK Osiris has been rumored to be Diddy's special boy toy, and they were spotted together so often that had tongues wagging, and that jetted off to Jamaica solo. Well, let's just say that raised a few eyebrows, and that the guys traveling together is not unusual or anything, but you know how rumors go. But in this case, fans were convinced that there was more to the trip than met the eye because everything about it was screaming sus. For example, when Diddy posted this shirtless picture of himself in the ocean, YK Osiris reposted a picture on his Instagram stories with grateful emojis, leaving people to wonder what exactly was he grateful for. He also made this post and delete of him and Diddy getting couple massages by the sea, and there's no way y'all can tell me that you don't find that sus. He also wrote, listening to that Diddy and B2K, eating that good fruit in the beautiful weather. Not bump, 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 but that wasn't all, because he also posted this photo and fans believe that Diddy was feeding him grapes behind the scene. And it was definitely giving honeymoon vibes. Well, yeah, the signs pointed pretty strongly to Diddy footing a bill for a fancy getaway, and Osiris was flat broke at the time, dropped by his label and scraping by. But YK even spilled tea a few months earlier, admitting he was broke and had to sell off some flashy stuff just to make ends meet. And fans were super convinced at this point that there was something weird going on between him and Diddy. And this person said, I thought this kid was gonna blow up. He had some bops when he first came on the scene. Then it was like, unless you followed him, you really didn't hear much about him. Now all of a sudden he's popping up more. I'm really starting to believe that any guy who stays in these social circles, especially around Diddy's disgusting self, exes, or being exed by men in the industry, those who fall out or don't be in those circles refuse to bend. It is sick. So people have had their suspicions that something bad was going on, but we didn't know exactly how bad it was. The situation even got weirder when YK Osiris, his ex-girlfriend, revealed that she had dumped him because she had allegedly found him in bed with a man, saying, stop asking me what happened with my BD. I caught him with a man, okay? Well, fingers immediately started pointing at Diddy. And when Osiris went on the Breakfast Club, they asked him about these rumors straight up.
He said he was Diddy's boy toy. Yeah, I was in Jamaica with him.
Oh, I see it now.
See? I was with a shawty.
All right, but Diddy was there.
No, he was a whole other different.
Oh, so they just made this up?
Yeah, they made it up, yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, he was in a whole other different area. Like, he was...
Osiris trying to play the denial card about being in Jamaica with Diddy was just plain puzzling, especially since he was the one posting pics on Instagram showing them hanging out together. He even reshared Diddy's snap on his own IG stories. So when he suddenly started singing a different tune, fans couldn't help but wonder if someone had whispered in his ear to switch up his story. But anyways, word on the streets is that Kevin Hart might have some insider info on all this too. Rumor has it that there's a ton of more footage out there of Kevin and Diddy that's set to hit the spotlight, including one that's allegedly going to prove that Diddy allegedly forced himself on him. And fans have been leaving comments saying, Diddy sounds like he really tries to control people. So many sound like victims. Hope everyone comes out and tells their truths. Put a stop to the vile deeds. Diddy a pig and should be in jail. This is nuts. People in the industry knew the abuse and said nothing. Would you say they were complicit? And Kevin Hart can't even claim he didn't know about Diddy. He came up out of nowhere. No one thought he was funny enough to be that in demand. Well, y'all, I got to know what y'all feel about this. Do you think that Kevin Hart has something to do with this Diddy mess? Do you think he'll get brought up on RICO charges too? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and then check out this next video.